Indian motorcycle brand has been present in our two-wheeler market for the past few years. Despite having a range of beautifully designed and well-engineered cruisers in its portfolio, there was a chink in its armor, and that was its pricing. To address this issue, the American bike maker launched the Indian Scout 60, which is the most affordable offering in its portfolio. Is the Indian Scout 60 a good buy as an entry-level performance cruiser? Let's find out. Yes, the Scout 60 is basically the smaller engine version of the Indian Scout. Thankfully, its retro lines are intact and the 60 is a beautiful looking motorcycle. The flat fuel tank and the low saddle end out the bike with a low slung stance that screams cool. The curvy fenders, chunky tires, multi-spoke alloy wheels and the twin chrome pipes are some of the design highlights of the motorcycle. Unlike typical cruisers that are drenched in chrome, the Scout 60 uses it cleverly to highlight its details. The black saddle, different badge on the tank and black finish on the frame and rear suspension springs are the only differences between the 60 and its bigger sibling. The bike employs a single pod instrument cluster with an analog speedometer, and there's a small LCD screen displaying tachometer, odometer and trip meter. Fuel gauge has been given a miss, but there is a reserve fuel lamp. Switchgear quality of the motorcycle is average for a bike of this segment. The hazard light has been oddly integrated into the turn indicators, which needs getting used to. The overall fit and finish of the Scout 60 is good, but there are a lot of wires and cables visible on the motorcycle. The biggest difference between the Indian Scout 60 and its elder sibling is the 1000cc motor as opposed to the 1131cc motor as seen on the Scout. Also, the Scout 60 gets a 5-speed transmission. Talking about numbers, it develops 78 PS and 89 Nm of peak torque from its V-twin heart. Push the starter and the bike comes to life with a mellow exhaust note. And if you like loud sounding motorcycles, you will have to invest in an aftermarket unit. The standout feature of the Indian Scout's power plant is its refinement levels, which is among the best for cruisers in this segment. The one downside to this motor is that it lacks low speed torque expected of a cruiser. As a result, you need to use the revs to get it going. So even on the highway, you have to shift down to tap into the power band. However, cruising at triple-digit speeds is effortless and it ambles easily in the city too. The 5-speed gearbox is a bit clunky and the heavy clutch makes riding the bike in traffic tiresome. Also, the liquid-cooled engine tends to get hot while riding in the city. The flat tank looks good but lacks volume, as a 12.5-litre tank results in a range of 225 km, which is disappointing for a cruiser. The wide handlebars and forward set foot pegs result in a comfortable riding posture. The chassis and suspension on the Indian Scout 60 remain unchanged. So you have a modern cast alloy frame with telescopic forks at the front and twin shocks at the back. While it is confident, high-speed cornering isn't its forte as the front feels lazy through the corners. What's impressive though is ride quality, as it soaked up most of the bumps easily. The compact dimensions make it easy to ride in the city, but the wide turning radius means it isn't very agile in peak traffic. Braking performance is average while ABS is standard. The Indian Scout 60 has been priced at Rs 12 lakh ex-showroom Delhi. It doesn't have any direct competitors, but with respect to pricing, the Harley-Davidson Street Bob and the Fat Bob are its closest rivals. We must add that both these bikes are powered by a 1200cc motor, just like the Harley 1200 Custom, which is cheaper. The Indian Scout 60 is a good tourer with beautiful styling, comfortable ergos and supple ride quality. But then again, for the asking price, you can buy a more powerful offering from Harley-Davidson, which also has a better dealership network. The price difference between the Scout 60 and the Scout is Rs 1.5 lakh, and if you are really keen to buy an Indian bike, we will recommend the latter as it offers a richer experience that's worth the extra cash.